Good morning. Didn't have any excitement around here last night, but he's out there barking right now because there's people out there moving around. Uh, and 3 more days, and it is going to be fall in Ohio. Well, I imagine it's going to be fall a lot of places. We already have our trees around here already changing colors. Some leaves are falling already. The grass I took Miley to school, and then I was out there looking around at my flowers, the ones that come up every year by themselves, and picking off some dead leaves and stuff. And they're in need of some water. The yard is just in need of some water. We haven't had rain for a while, so but the sky's blue and the sun's shining. It's a little warm outside, but not much. And the sun's moving down. So you know that, yep, summer, South America is going to get summer now. I wonder what they do in the winter. I wonder if they get cold weather down there in the winter. I told my granddaughter Miley that. I said the sun's going down to South America and they'll have their summer. And she said, so they've already had Christmas? I said, no, they have summer, they have Christmas in their summer. Oh, so she thought, she thought they was, you know, but I don't think it gets that cold down there in their winter months of what we would call winter months. Um, I think it is probably still relatively warm and steamy, so um, they just don't get. They're going to really get the hot stuff now instead of comfortable temperatures, I guess. That's one country I don't really want to visit. Um, I've just heard so much. I mean, you just hear so much about that country that just makes you afraid to go down there. Uh, and it's a shame. I know there's wonderful people down there, but it's almost like South America is like a third world country. A lot of really poor people, but I imagine there's a lot of rich people down there too, and they just take advantage of the poor. Um, and that's just like I'm trying to think. I think it's Puerto Rico. One of them is a U.S. country. And they had a hurricane, and they were complaining because, they were part of the United States. The United States wasn't trying to help them. But we did. We sent them supplies. It's just that their presidents and their higher ups was keeping it away from them. So, you got people like that. Uh, Looking just for themselves, and then want to complain um, that we don't do enough for them. It's just like when you send supplies over to some countries in Africa, those people don't see that stuff because the government keeps it in the warehouses and stuff. And so, when you're trying to help people and their government is trying to, like, almost like genocide, trying to get rid of their people. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Um, get boats, put our supplies on there, and hand feed the people? I'm pretty sure we'd be arrested for that. And we have a lot of people that want to come over here and immigrate to us, and that's all fine and dandy. But do you think that we could go over and say, hey, we want to live in this country, a Muslim country, but we don't want to join we just want to come here and live? No, they wouldn't let us do that. But they want to come over here. And I'm sorry. This is how I feel. They come over here and they want to dictate what we shouldn't do. We shouldn't have Christmas trees. We shouldn't wear bathing suits. We shouldn't eat bacon. We shouldn't, uh, all manner of things. We should listen to them. We should um, wear, Sharon's Law and all that stuff. No, if you come over here and you want to be in this country, I really believe you do like the immigrants did when they came to Ellis Island. They were happy to be here and they wanted to be a part of the United States. And they took that oath to be a U.S. citizen. And the Muslims do not take an oath to be a U.S. citizen. They don't want to follow our guidelines. Um, they want to take over. They want to have their own guidelines. And, I'd just rather they go back home. Uh, yeah. Well, I'm done with that rant, but that's how I feel. Uh, I don't mind if people come over here and want to live in peace with us. And if you want to have your mosque or whatever you want to do with your religion, go right ahead. But don't try to force that on us. And, well, I've got a lot of strong opinions like that. And I don't believe that Muslims belong in our government. You sure wouldn't find us in their country, in their government. They'd probably cut our heads off. I do know that, you see on reports where U.S. soldiers or, the Navy and stuff, the Marines, they went into port there and went into some of the Muslim countries, and the people have been rude to them, spit on them, fight them. Um, and I seen on YouTube, too, and I never knew this. I never knew we had prison camps in the United States for the World War II German POWs. But they were in Kansas, they were down south. And then our boys who were POWs in Germany were treated terrible, except they were allowed to have USO packages and Red Cross packages and stuff. But technically, they were treated terrible. And I was watching this YouTube video where the German POWs that came over here, they weren't really, well, where could they go? They couldn't very well travel through the United States and, find a boat. Like, in Germany, you could go to France and probably catch a boat and come back home if you escaped, but they couldn't. But they went to movies. They went to farms down there and they helped out with stuff. Um, they had their canteens were put in there. They could have, beer. They could have cigarettes. They had good food. It was made sure that they had good food, and we were treating them just like they were part of the country. And of course, that's the way we are. We treat everybody the way we want to be treated, but that's not the case with us. Basically, we're naive. We think, well, we treat you with respect and, like with those prisoners. And we expect them to treat our soldiers or our boys the same way. But that's not what happens. Americans have big hearts, big hearts. Um, we would give our shirts off our back for people. And then, we get a president who makes us think about us, what we want. And then people look at us now like we're selfish because we're thinking of our country. Um, And see my kitty back here, Layla. Um, people really don't like the United States. Other countries really don't like us. France doesn't like us. I don't know if the English really like us or not. They're probably mad because uh, we beat them at war and they couldn't take the country over. And that was a salty cup of tea for them a long time ago when they had the Boston Tea Party. But we're not the ones that seem to have made the United States the police of the world. And, but if there's ever a problem, who do they look for to help? Us. They want us to come over with our soldiers, our Navy, our Air Force, our Marines to help them. Um, we're not, any other time it's they don't like us. They think we're loud mouths. They think we're rude. They think we're, um, and that's too bad. That's the way our country is. I imagine we do. We voice our opinion. You know, um, Maybe we are British. Maybe we don't speak the Queen's English. But that was our prerogative when we came over here. You can go any place in the United States and the accents change. Southern accents, northern accents, eastern, western, Midwest accents. I live in Ohio. Northern Ohio, people have a northern accent. And you get down to the area I'm at, and see, I don't hear it. I don't hear the southern uh, accent I could have, but the farther south you get in Ohio, there is a southern accent. And but I don't know. I haven't. Why is it in Florida? People down there don't seem to have a southern accent. Of course, people I've talked to don't seem to. I think probably because everybody from the country moves there. You think? I don't know. I don't know. I've got dishes to do. I got to fold some laundry, and I got to get my mammogram done, and I got to get my blood test done yet. And I better be doing it before October when I go for theirs. Who knows? My doctor will fire me because I don't do what she wants. Well, some of the tests that doctors ask you to do, they're expensive. I don't have that kind of money. That's why I'm afraid to tell them. Oh, my hip on the left hurts so bad. I think I cracked it. Oh, they'd have you going through so much stuff, and I'd be owing so much money, I couldn't see backwards. Like I broke my glasses. I set my pocketbook on them, my new glasses, broke them right at the nose, two halves. So I have to wear the old ones. I was looking in my Medicare Advantage plan, and I seen where for vision care they would give me $100 credit towards frames and lenses. Now I don't know if that's a deal or not because I really don't have the money out of my pocket to go have my eyes checked and to get glasses. I don't. Um, the last time I got glasses was 2014, and I just broke them. And the ones I'm wearing right here, pretty sure they're from 2010. So yeah, when I worked, we had a really good eye care system where I worked at. So, there was no problem with it. But when you get in Social Security, there's a problem. Um, I have the insurance I have is United Healthcare through Medicare, and my prescription bill is down low. But there's some I hear of is like some elderly can't afford their medicine. That I don't know if they didn't have anybody help them, or if they don't have a drug plan in place with Medicare. Because if you strictly go on Medicare, sorry, but you're going to get screwed. You have to get prescriptions, even if you have a Medicare Advantage insurance through Medicare, they still take money out for Part B. So straight off the top, you get this much straight off the top. They're pulling $100 and some out before you even get your money. Well, so far I haven't used Part B, and I don't know if I'm going to because I can't afford to go to the hospital. I don't care if you say my copayment is $350. That's still too steep for me. Um, so, well, you just can't. Like I'm sitting around here now trying to figure out how I can get a car or how I can figure out how to fix my car. I need my car. I haven't figured it out yet. I really don't expect anybody's going to give me a car. I don't really expect anybody to work on my car for free because that's not going to happen. Um, but I also don't have the money to go out and even get a car from these buy here, pay here places. Um, my sister, she gets cars like that, and her for a car like that she had $350 a month. I can't do that. Yeah, maybe if I was in better health, I'd ride a bicycle. Maybe I should think about getting a motorized scooter and driving it around. Probably could do that. No, because I'd have to buy one, so I couldn't do that either. Well, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't, right? Yeah. Well, I gotta go. My phone's ringing, and I just wanted to hop on here, tell you hi. And of course, I'm ranting today, so what's new? I'm sorry if I offended anybody out there by anything I've said, but that's how I feel, and we're all allowed to have the right to how we feel about things and opinions. So, if I offended you about anything, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel, and oh well. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.